Hello. All right, and we're back. So let's keep working on our game. So before we do anything else, we're gonna do some housekeeping. We're gonna put everything in order so we start keeping track of where things go. Because otherwise, this is gonna get out of hand real quick. Because right now, it's only like a handful of events, and you're like, this is fine. I can work with this. Yeah, but as your game keeps going and stuff gets getting bigger and bigger and bigger, you're going to lose track of stuff. It's going to be so hard to work on this. So, how do we keep everything in order? It's quite easy. The very first thing you're going to do is you're going to hover over any of your events and you're going to right click and then go on and add an event group. Where is it? Uh, Add a comment, sub event group. There it is. And this thing's going to pop up. And we're going to hover over it till the cross shows up. And again, we're going to right click and click edit. And we're going to give it a nicer color than baby blue. Let's give it a darker color. I think that's fine. That is fine. And we're not going to call it anything. I'm going to click apply. All right. So now we got this thing, this event group. And we're going to keep this one up here empty. So every time we need an event group, we can just come up here and then copy paste one. We don't need to go, click, add, do this, do that, All right, so I'm just going to copy paste this one to have one. And we're going to make the first one, which is going to be the main one where everything is under. So if you need to copy paste your entire code, you're already done. You're sorted. So we're just going to call it game space code, whatever, right? Whatever it is you want to call it. And now we're going to drag everything under it. And by that I mean you're going to hover over on the side till the cross shows up. And then you can see there's like a little bar that highlights when that happens. Then you're going to click and you're going to drag to the side and this white bar is going to show. If you drag it down, it's going to tell you, oh, do you want to move this event here? Oh, do you want to move it here? Right? But if you put it to the side, it's going to do that. Like the bar gets smaller. That means, oh, do you want to put it under that? You're going to say yes. You let it go. And there you go. And then this thing shows up. Right? So now you can close it like a folder. Right? Let's do the same for all of these. The bar shows up. And we go to the side. So you want to put it on the same level as the one above. You don't want to go even further beyond. Right? Because now what you actually done is make a sub event. So for this to happen, this needs to happen first. Right? Because this is a sub event. We don't want this. So drag it all the way back until it's on the same level. So if the bar gets smaller than sub event, if it's on the same level as the one above, then it's on the same level. That's what we want. Drag it. Do the same for everything. And for this one. And we're done. Now we close it. There you go. Everything's gone. Everything's under one nice folder. Now it's like, that kind of defeats the purpose. So we need to make smaller ones to keep track of things. So we're going to copy paste this again. Copy. And we're going to select that one. And then when we paste, it's always going to be above the event you're selected. So let's select this one so it shows up right above it. And we're going to paste. See? And it's on the same level as the event you selected. So I'm going to call this one player controls. And I'm going to drag these, like, if the key's pressed kind of stuff. All that's like controls, I'm going to put it underneath. Like, we have this one here. I'm going to drag it up. So, see? Now it's above those. And now I'm going to put it under the same one. And now I'm going to close it. And ta-da, it's gone. Now I'm going to paste again, and I'm going to make a new one. And we're going to call this one animations. Animations. And we're going to drag these ones under that. And close. That's simple. Just make sure they're on the same level and that you didn't like get overzealous with your pulling, right? And you put it underneath like that and made a sub event. Sub events are different. Okay? We're going to use those later. Right now, we just want normal events. So nice and tidy. And just for good measure, we're going to make a marker. We're going to use comments as markers. Sometimes it's easier on the eyes to separate things for you to, like, while you're working on it, just so it doesn't look all jumbled up. So we're going to go here on the side and we're going to click add a comment. And this label is going to show up. And you can write whatever it is you want in here. Let's do the same thing. Right click it, edit. And let's change the background color. I like making these with like a nice orange, yellowish thing, so that they're nice to spot. And we're going to make the color white. And pardon me, I'm going to call this a marker. And apply. There you go. This one doesn't close like these ones, but this one's nice for, like, if you're like, oh man, all these events are so close together, then we're going to put it there. And now they're separated, and it's like, oh, it's so much nicer. It's nicer when you're doing stuff like this and there's a bunch of events and you just drag and drop and you separate the events so you can tell more better. You can tell where the events actually end and the other one begins. Maybe this is just a me thing. I like these. I like making it like this because, I don't know, my eyes are bad, I guess. So I like having one of these around so I can better work. Right. So we got everything separated. So now we're going to do some juicing. And what is juice? Juice is, what people call juicing is like adding the extra flavors. So right now our game is juiceless. We got nothing. Juice is basically feedback. So we got no feedback. Our character does stuff. It's animated. It's cool. But there isn't like a whole lot of feedback going on. Juicing is kind of like the sounds and the special effects and stuff that while you're playing, it feels good to play because you're walking around and you're doing sounds and you press and it goes doot, doot, doot. You know, that kind of stuff. It's the stuff that feels rewarding or satisfying. It's kind of like having a burger, right? You can have, even if the burger's like really nice, like your game's really good, like the burger's really nice. If you just have the burger on bread, it's still gonna feel like burger on bread, right? But if you add in like some extra spices, some ketchup, some sliced onion, whatever it is, the stuff you're into, and then you take like a bunch of cheese, and then you take a bite, and it's like, oh my god, this is the best thing ever. And that's basically what juicing is. It's the same like with I guess juice heads, the guys that spend all day in the gym. You have a guy that's like does muscle building and so on, and he's a big guy, and then next to him there's a guy that's like 3 times the size of him. Right? because he's been juicing. He's been taking the good stuff, and that's what you're doing. Like basically, you're giving steroids to your game. That's what we're gonna do, like a little bit. I did a little of poking around with the sounds just to see if we could make something decent with the inbuilt engine, and I did get a couple of sounds, so I don't know. Let's use it. Right. So where do we bug in? So we need to make a sound while we're moving. Okay? So we're gonna add. Where do we put it? Animations? Let's go with animations. So I'm gonna click this one, and I'm gonna press Shift A. A to make my event underneath. You can also press right click, then add a new event below, which again, Shift A. Right. So, go away. Go away, A. Oh my god, that was a horrible Canadian. So add a condition. Less talky, more worky. Let's add a condition, and we're gonna add while we're moving. No. Yes, we need the moving animation, right? So animation by name. We're gonna call it animation by name. So we need to check if we're walking. So it's equal to. I forgot to check the character. So little knight, it's equal to, choose the animation, moving. Right? So is the animation moving? Okay. And then here's the thing. Untitled. Ignore this. This was me. I was trying stuff out. Cause that's stuff that like takes a lot of time. I don't want to spend like half an hour just on making some sort of emitter. But I think we're still gonna spend a bunch of time on it. Anyways, frames. So I want to make a sound when his foot is in front, when he's tapping, right? So it makes like a tuck 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 kind of sound, right? So while it's in front, it makes a sound. While it's in the middle, it doesn't. When the other one's in front, it makes another sound. Then once in the middle, it does nothing, right? Your frames start at number 0. This isn't number 1. This is 0. So 0, 1, 2, 3. Right? 0, 1, 2, 3. That's how it works. 0, 1, 2, 3. Like everything, even if you see like the animations, see? #0. It starts on animation 0 and then animation 1. It all starts on 0. So that was just for reference. So now we need to check for the frame that he's on. And actually, we're going to grab this marker. I'm going to copy it. And I'm going to paste here. So these ones are triggering the animation. And then we have a marker. And this one is like triggering the sound of the animation. So if the animation is moving, now we need to check for the frame. So we're going to type in frame, current frame of the object, little knight, equal to 0. So it's the first one we want to check. Right? So if the animation of little knight is moving, and if the frame of moving equals 0. Okay, cool. Now we need to play a sound. And to do that, we just type in play a sound. And this thing shows up. Play a sound. Basically, anything you think of, like you're like, how do I do this? Like, I want to do this. Then type it. And I'm sure something will show up that will allow you to do the thing you're thinking of in a way or another. Choose audio file. Right. I actually have one. I think. Yeah, walking. Because I wasn't sure how long this was going to take. I was like, I wonder. So you can import the sound. You can go on the internet, find a cool sound to use. This you just go choose file and then import from your computer. Not really sure about the sounds they have on the asset store. Never looked. And then we have this one, create with JFXR. This is kind of like Piskel, but for sounds. Also, I'm really sorry. I'm sorry if that was loud. This thing is loud as heck when you're working on the sounds. So, and it does a random sound when you start it, which is so annoying. So I'm really sorry. But anyways, you're like, oh my god, what is all of this? Oh no 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 no. This is too many things. Too many things. I don't want any of these things. Oh no 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 no. Yeah, you don't need any of this. None of it. It already has like certain parameters here on the side. Like some preset parameters. Like basically how this works is it has a default tone, which is that like toot toot, and then you can shape that sound into making other sounds, and you can make some really cool sounds. Like if you can spend days on this making cool sounds. But he already has some sort of presets, and he randomizes the the sound that's like defined by the preset. So a laser sound, you're like, I need some sort of shooting laser sound. You click laser, and every time you click, he makes a different one. Right? I'm sure you can use some of these, like picking up coins. All right, some are better than others. All right, that one's cool. That one's like straight up 8-bit classic. Power ups. That one's cool. Yeah, that one's a bit loud. That was kind of like a jump. Explosions. See, that one's cool. You got some really cool sounds in here that you can just come here and you can spend a day clicking on it. Oh, I want a jumping sound. That was a bad one. That one's a good one. That was a really cool one. That was like a robot flying off, right? And you got the blips. These are cool. Oh, that one's cool for like a menu. Oh, that one's a cool one as well. Like doot doot. But anyways, you can spend a bunch of time on here. And when you're done, like you might as well just start clearing the presets. Right? They don't take up space, but I don't know. If you want to find something that you already deem like good, just delete all the other ones. But anyways, once you have your sound selected, I forgot to show you. All right, so you select the sound, you randomize, and then you're like, okay, I like this one. Like I like jump 26. Okay, 26. And then you go here and you put a name on it, and then click save. And the sound will show up. And then you keep the sound. So for walking, I have this sound. Walking sound. And it's awful. It's not very good, but it's workable. It's this sound. You'll be fine. Right? It's just as a placeholder. We can always go on the net and find different sounds later. Right now, it's just more of a placeholder. So the volume of the sound. Also, repeat sound? No. We don't want to loop it. Volume of the sound. So you can put a static sound volume, like 20, for instance. Or you can make it interesting so that every time the sound is played, it's played at a different volume. And the way we do this is by typing in random, because it's a random volume, in the range. So in range of, so we open parentheses, and then we're going to type in two numbers. For example, 10, then comma, 20. So it's going to pick a number between 10 and 20 every time this sound is played, and that's going to be our volume. It's going to be a volume between 10 and 20. the pitch is either you want a higher pitch, you have a normal pitch like and then if the number goes up, it goes from right? The pitch goes up. And or you can also go minus and the pitch will go down, like it go and then right. Oh my god. That my pitch was all over the place. It was like flat and then sharp and then it was like what the heck is even that? Someone killing a cat. But anyways, once you're done, click OK. And that's it. We have a sound, but this is going to sound horrible. And I'll show you why. So right now, look at that. Sounds like there's a bunch of sounds being played at once. That doesn't sound good. And if we jump, oh, it's making the sound as well. That's not good. That is no bueno. We need to fix it. And we shall. Right. So how do we fix it? Well, first things first. We need to make this play only once. So we need to make this trigger only once. So I'm going to add another condition. And it's going to be trigger once. Trigger once while true. Do. And run the actions only once each time the conditions have been met. So this is cool, right? It's like I keep saying, GDevelop talks to you. It's like, what does this do? It doesn't give you like some analytical thing. It's like someone's actually giving you the description, right? Someone's actually talking to you, explaining things. It's cool. I love that. I love that little touch. Kudos to the developers. Sorry. Right. So this thing is going to make it so this only happens one time while this is true. And before you're like, why the heck was that making a weird sound to begin with? Well, if you think about it, was the animation moving playing? Yes. Was the frame 0? Yes. But for how long was the frame 0, right? Because you got to think, at the beginning, we changed the animation speed, right? So it was like on crack, like head bopping like crazy, then we make him slower, right? So when we make him slower, the animation frame went from like playing 0, 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, 2, 3, and then we made it slower and went 0, 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, 2, 3, right? So it stays on 0 for more than just a frame, you know? It stays on 0 for a little bit. And while it's on 0, the conditions are met, right? Its animation is moving, the frame is 0. For while it's 0 and this is playing, it's gonna play the sound. See, GDevelop's very analytical. It's like, is this true? Yes. Is this true? Yes. Then I'm gonna repeat these as many times as I can while this stuff is true. And that's how you get repeating sounds and really annoying sounds. And if you want to make it so that when something's true and true only happen to one, you just add trigger once. And most of the time, this will work. Unless there's like specific times we need to do things different way. But I'll show you. Anyways, right now, this works. So I'm going to hit the preview. And see? Now it only sounds like one. Tuk, 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 right? That doesn't sound very good. It's just like tuk, 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 what the heck? I mean, it sounds 8-bit as heck, but it needs more. So we're going to select this group, this event, and we're going to copy paste them. I'm going to copy and paste. We're going to duplicate it. So now, check this out. Oh my god, the loud bikes are back. Now we're going to change, because remember, I wanted to make it on frame 0 and on frame 2, because that's when the little feet stomp on the ground on the front. So we're going to make it 2. So now it's going to play a sound on 0 and on 2. And it's only going to trigger once. And to make it a different sound, we're going to double click this. And we're actually going to change the pitch, right? Because we're making it go from to like right? One more. So 2. And we're going to keep the random in range 10 to 20. So now it's going to be like to, ta, to, ta, right? 1, 2, 1, 2. Let's see how it goes. See, that's cool. That sounds 8-bit, you know? But it's weird now because remember, we're moving. And we said it's, oh, when my character's moving, make the moving animation. So when we're jumping, we're technically moving. That's not very cool, right? We want the tok, 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 tok when he's actually moving on the ground, not when he's jumping. So, to fix that, we're going to make it a new event. Add new. Add a condition. And actually, we're going to add 2 conditions. Give me a second. Before we do this one, we're going to add one more condition to these. And that is, we're going to go here. One that's called is on floor. Is on floor, right? Because we only want it to play when my character is on the floor, not when he's flying up in the air, right? So, if he's on the floor, which object? The little knight. Little knight. And platformer, okay, we don't want to invert. Okay. There's nothing there. This is quite simple. This is just, is on the floor. That's it. Right, there we go. Now we're going to copy paste this. Copy paste. And we're going to drag it here. All right, so now this should only play while he's on the floor. Sorry. Yeah, see? We're jumping. So he's no longer doing tok, 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 tok. Okay, that's cool. But now we need the jumping sound. So we're going to do a jumping sound. And for the jumping sound, all we're going to do is jumping. So is my character on the air? Is he jumping? Object, little knight. Platformer, invert, no. Got nothing else to put. Press OK. We're going to add, play sound, play a sound. Play sound. Change the other file. Nope. I actually have a jumping sound because, again, I thought this was going to take longer. But I was like, nah, this is cool. So you'd go here. Maybe I can find a better one. Lasers, jump. Ooh, no. Ooh, that's a winner. That is a winner, if I ever heard one. Right? That was cool. I like that one. I think I like that one better. So we're going to call this one jumping. Jumping sound. We already have one called jump, but we might use that one for a different thing. So save. And repeat the sound. No. Volume. We're going to do the same as the other one. We're going to do random in range. Random in range. And 10 to 20. Because these sounds are really loud, man. And pitch is going to be 1. Yeah, the JFXR whatever, the sounds are so loud. My poor speakers. Like my speakers handle, let's preview. And again, you're gonna hear this sound being played a million times. We're gonna jump. That is not good. So, how do we fix it? Again, it's being. Remember, is my character jumping? Yes. Then I'm gonna play the sound. Is it still jumping? Yes. Then I'm gonna keep playing the sound. Right? It just plays as many sounds as it can. So, again, we're gonna copy paste trigger once, and we're gonna add it there. So if he's jumping, we're gonna trigger only once, only one sound. And preview. See? And we got sounds. How cool is that? What? Oh. This works. And this is just the sound. Wait until we add some like special effects and stuff to jumping. It's gonna look so cool. And I still think these sounds are too high for me. Like not too high, too loud. I would make them a little lower. Right? Maybe it's because I don't know, I got the headphones too loud or something. But yeah. It's just it feels like we turned the volume down and it just feels like it didn't. It feels like, oh, you want to turn it down? No, 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 no. We turned down a little bit. So could have, I don't know, 515? Is that too much? I don't know. I'm gonna leave it at 515. Okay. And I'm gonna do the same for this one. Right, because otherwise we get one loud, one low. As I'm hunting high and low. Oh, I was right. Why can't I see that one? Yeah, my speakers handle guitar sounds and all that stuff. I love playing guitar. And then like I start working on JFXR and it's like my speakers like no, 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 no. We're gonna crap out. No, you're gonna buy new ones if you keep this up. I don't know. Maybe it's me. Maybe I just have the sound too loud. And 5 to 15. And okay. Is it gonna make a difference? I don't think it will. I mean, it's kind of nicer. But my hearing's like really good. So I find certain frequencies a bit annoying. So when I have sounds like this, it annoys me a little bit if it's too loud. But like this is cool. This is like 8-bit classic. And you can hear the difference. Like there's ones that are low, the other ones are high. This is fine. I like this. That jumping sound was good. And okay, we're gonna stay right here. We got the sounds. We're gonna save the rest of the juicing for the next one because this was already a bit of a long one. Right? This stuff has a lot of parts to explain. But yeah, our character now does sounds. We did the sounding. And we're gonna apply all of this to the rest of the stuff. Like every time we make a different character, we're gonna do something like this. We could already optimize our events for performance, but we're gonna do that later on. And if like we're gonna make a video just for performance or something. Yeah. Till then, man. Okay, let's save. And I'll see if I can make it. Like I'll try to make the video. If see how long it takes to do the next part. Maybe we'll get it today. Maybe we'll get it tomorrow. Who knows, right? Right. Catch you guys next time. We made the sounds. We're there. All right. Catch you guys next time. Peace out.